Biden and senators on verge of striking immigration deal aimed at clamping down on illegal border crossings. Eagle Pass, Texas, a bipartisan group of lawmakers in Congress, is on the verge of striking a deal with the Biden administration that would enact sweeping new border controls, including the authority to pause asylum processing during spikes in migrant crossings. 3 people familiar with the talks told CBS News. After weeks of closed-door negotiations, the White House and a trio of senators could unveil an agreement as early as this week, the sources said, requesting anonymity due to the private nature of the conversations. The bill is designed to reduce the unprecedented levels of illegal crossings recorded along the southern border in the past 3 years. While GOP Senator James Lankford, Democratic Senator Chris Murphy, and Independent Senator Kyrsten Sinema are close to finalizing the compromise with the White House, any bipartisan immigration proposal would face an uphill battle in the House, where Speaker Mike Johnson and other conservative lawmakers have pushed for even stricter changes to the asylum system. Divisions among Republican lawmakers over whether to support a border deal with Mr. Biden have also intensified after former President Donald Trump came out against it. At a rally in Las Vegas on Saturday, Trump said he would rather have no bill than a bad bill. If enacted into law, the emerging deal would mark the first major bipartisan overhaul of the nation's immigration system since the 1990s. The agreement is expected to give the executive branch a new legal authority to effectively suspend asylum in between official ports of entry when migrant crossings surpass certain thresholds. That would affect remote areas in Arizona, California, New Mexico, and Texas where migrants regularly cross into the U.S. illegally to surrender themselves to overtaxed federal immigration officials who often release them because they don't have the resources to screen everyone for asylum. The power, which Mr. Biden referred to as an authority to shut down the border on Friday, would be mandated after average daily migrant crossings hit 5,000 over 7 days, or 8,500 in a single day. It could also be activated on a discretionary basis after average daily crossings surpass 4,000 in a week. There would also be a limit on the number of days each year the president could invoke the authority. When the authority is invoked, migrants who cross into the U.S. illegally would not be allowed to ask for asylum and would face swift deportation to Mexico or their home country. Exceptions would be made for those who pass screenings for other, more difficult-to-obtain forms of humanitarian refuge, including protection under the United Nations Convention Against Torture. Current U.S. law allows most migrants on American soil to request asylum, even if they enter the country unlawfully. On Friday, Mr. Biden said he would use the new powers the day I sign the bill into law, calling the emerging deal the toughest and fairest set of reforms to secure the border we've ever had in our country. While the proposal negotiated by the White House and lawmakers would penalize those who enter the U.S. illegally, it would preserve asylum at official ports of entry. In fact, it would require U.S. border officials to continue processing more than 1,400 asylum seekers daily at these official border crossings when the shutdown authority is invoked, sources told CBS News.